Hey there, welcome to another Comedy Spot Live. My name is Bryan. This is the Top 10 List Show. Thanks for being here. As always, we appreciate you being here and commenting and all that good stuff. We have great guests tonight. In fact, this is going to blow your mind. Both of our guests were on the very first podcast we ever did in 2012. We just looked it up and verified it. So I'm pretty stoked about that.
Wow, that was us? Who was the other guy?
Oh, the third one was Nick Aragon, by the way.
Oh.
Let me bring my co-host into this. You guys love her. You know her. It's Sarah Kullbom, everybody.
Hey, I was not around in 2012. I wasn't even born.
You be quiet. Sarah, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm pretty good. I'm just chilling.
Thanks for being here. Let me introduce both of our guests today. They're both extremely funny comedians. They're two of my favorites, and I don't see them enough, and it pisses me off. I'm glad they're here. Please welcome to the show Bryan Yang and Chaz Hawkins. Nice to see you guys.
Great to be back.
Yeah, this is great.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chaz, did you know this? Did you know because I talked to Chaz first, then Chaz got Bryan. Did you know that you guys were on the first one together?
Well, I know that the only one, I don't know, I might have been on a couple, but I remember being on one with Bryan and Nick. I didn't know that was the first one.
That was the
Dude, I have a picture of that podcast too, now I'm remembering.
Really?
So I need to find that, yeah.
It's so cool. I'm glad you guys are here. This is fantastic. People are commenting already. They're saying hi, Bryan and Chaz.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. They said, I like Chaz's hat. Yes, it's very good. Very good hat.
It's a great hat.
Britta is on here and she says, hey guys, I love you. We love you too. It's hopefully we get to start seeing some of our community again pretty soon, right before we go back into shelter in place. So it should be fun. Everybody just saying hi to you guys. And yay Sarah. You got a yay Sarah also.
Oh, good. I needed that.
Tina says, hi, I'm so excited. So if you don't know, it's Best Superheroes Night on the Top 10 list. I'm extremely excited about this. This is going to be a fun list. I have my notebook. I'm ready to go. Let me explain the rules for people who haven't seen the show before. So we're going to start at number 10. Both of our guests are going to pitch their number 10, and then either me or Sarah or one of you from the audience is going to judge that round. You get a point for every round that you win. The person with the most points wins, and you get one switch. You guys were in the first episode. I don't even know if we had any of like the switches or rips.
These rules are brand new to me. Yeah.
I think at the time you could throw somebody's down.
Yeah, you could like knock it one down or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a little different now. The only thing that we have is just a switch. So if you lose a round, you can switch it out and then you win that round. So, and you can use it any time. And we'll keep reminding you. Trust me, the audience will remind you over and over again. The only time you can't use your switch is at the number one spot. So let's see. Bryan, I'm going to have you go first. Go ahead and pitch your number 10 pick.
Number 10 pick is Ghost Spider, a.k.a. Spider-Gwen from Into the Spider-Verse. She is not as well known, but I think dominates that movie. She's like the most fully formed spider superhero. She's funny, like you want a Spider-Man character to be. She kicks ass, and she's like the one who kind of rallies the whole crew to be able to beat Kingpin in that movie. And I didn't really know about her until I saw that, and I started reading the comic book. It's kind of like a reimagining of the Spider-Man universe, and it's really good. It's still close enough to the source material, but I just think Spider-Gwen, aka Ghost Spider, is awesome.
Yeah, nope, that's a good pick. That's a real good pick. I didn't even know characters like that existed until the newest movie, and I was like, oh shit.
It's awesome.
Yeah. By the way, Amy says if I'm not on the list, then she's done. I guess I'm a superhero now. I don't think so. My superhero power would be to go into the cabinet and be like, yeah, I can make a meal out of this. Put all the bullshit together and then watch me eat it hella fast.
So basic.
Yeah. All right, Spider-Gwen is at number 10. Chaz, what are you going to put against Spider-Gwen?
Okay, so my number 10 pick is the Black Power Ranger. He's clearly the coolest one on the show. I'm talking about like when the show first came on.
Uh-huh.
So he was actually black, so he's the black Power Ranger, you know, whatever semantics. But I mean, he was dancing. He could hit black flips. He was like the only dude that could beat the putties up without changing into a Power Ranger.
All right, so it's Spider-Gwen against Black Power Ranger. This is at the number 10 spot. I judge first, and then Sarah, you get the next one. So I'm definitely going to go Black Power Ranger. Black Power Ranger has been around longer. It seemed like whoever got to be Black Spider-Man after that was Black Spider-Man. Whoever got to be Black Power Ranger after that was always the coolest one. Like whoever was in the middle was always like the coolest Power Ranger. So, all right, Chaz, you pick up the first point.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I like Spider-Gwen too, but I mean,
No,
hey,
I got
Zach.
you, man. Also, if you say with a pop, if you say Black Power Ranger, it sounds like cool.
I didn't even realize that. Like that wasn't like his name was just Ranger, but he just always said that before he changed.
See, there's way more meaning in there than what everybody.
Spider-Gwen.
Well, then there ended up being a white Power Ranger, so I don't really talk about that.
Oh, jeez.
You're right.
They're like, we need representation.
2020 can't have a white Power Ranger.
Well, what about our white Power Ranger?
All right. Yeah, fair enough.
Everybody else just fights and he has a sword. Why does he get extra?
By the way, Amy was like, "No, Spider-Gwen." By the way, I have to say it, Bryan. You have your Switch, so you could just switch this out right now and win this round.
I only have one Switch though, right?
One Switch.
Yeah.
And can I can save it? Does it lock out at a certain point?
You can't use it for number 1, but you can use it all the way through until
Got it.
number 1.
I want to see how it plays out, and then I'll definitely think about it for sure.
Okay.
I
All right.
will use the Switch though, obviously, because I don't.
Yeah, because it's just a gimme point for sure.
Yeah,
So.
for sure.
All right, so we're at number 9. We're over to Chaz. Chaz, what's your number 9 pick?
My number 9 is Blade.
Yeah.
My favorite Blade, I mean, I like the comic book one too, but it's clearly the one that's voiced by Wesley Snipes.
Uh-huh.
There's so many things. I mean, I don't, can I curse on here or not?
Yeah, go for it. You're fine.
Okay, so one of his lines is, there's always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill. And it's like that's what he says when he's pissed off. It's like, I don't know what that means yet. That was probably 20 years ago. But it's like, like I know what it meant at the time when he says it, but I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a good fucking line. Yeah, it's
and he's like, he started the Marvel universe. They always want to give credit to Iron Man, but those Blade movies were Marvel movies like way before, and there's 3 of them.
Yeah. All right, so we have Blade at number 9. Bryan, what are you going to put against Blade?
I'm putting Captain Marvel against Blade. She's so powerful that they have to write in the script of the last Avengers movie that she's like on another planet. Otherwise, they would just win the fight immediately. They have to be like, she was in another universe. And then she can only come in at the last 5 minutes for the movie to work. She would ruin the movie if she was around because she's so powerful. She's only so high on my list or so low on the list because she is like a newer character. Like they reimagined her for these movies. She wasn't like as good in the comic books. But the Brie Larson, shout out to Sacramento too. I believe she's from Sacramento.
Yeah.
And does that give me any points with anything?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I just think the character is so cool and like game changing for the movies. Like they haven't had someone who can just like rip apart an entire spaceship by flying through it. So Captain Marvel, my number 9.
Yeah.
She doesn't say motherfuckers keep trying to skate uphill. I wish we did.
What's her best line? What's her best line?
Avengers movies are PG-13, so.
Yeah, what does she say? Hello, I'm here.
Yeah. That was actually in the script, and they wrote that out right before they wrote
Oh my god. Damn.
All right, so Sarah, this is yours. You have to vote for Blade, or you have to vote for Captain Marvel.
I was kind of hoping some of the audience would weigh in. But, love her. Yeah, people love her.
Yeah,
I can't tell. Like, is Captain Marvel really a part of the comic strips, or really like was she created in the movie and then now they're gonna kind of backfill?
Yeah, it's kind of like Guardians, where it wasn't like a huge thing, but now the Marvel property is so big that they can take the smaller characters and then be like, oh, they're actually really cool too. So.
Yeah, I'm all about Brie Larson. I think she's pretty cool and she's a hometown hero. But I gotta go with Blade. I was just looking up Blade. It's just like really badass. I had to look it up, but I know Wesley.
Yeah, I have to use my Switch. I'm scared. I'm using my Switch right now.
Oh,
Switch.
Okay.
Now that's fine, but you know that Wesley Snipes would say, "See, there's always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill."
I'm that motherfucker.
Okay. All right, so Captain Marvel stays on the list. Blade's out. You guys each have a point now, and Bryan, you have no more switches left. So, but you're. Hold on, just a second. I just want to read some before you pitch your next one, Bryan. Keisha just yelled out "switch." That's how much people love it when people say it.
All right, cool. I'm glad I used it early.
Let's see. Brett Snyder. By the way, hi Brett. It's good to see you. He says best superhero line from Hancock was "'Cause I've been drinking, bitch." Oh my goodness.
That was just something my ex-husband used to say all the time.
Yeah, Amy agrees with you for switching, and let's see. Tim says Bryan won the point because Chaz won for best joke. All right, so at number 8, Bryan, who are you gonna pitch for number 8?
Number 8, I'm going Iron Man, the guy who started the MCU. Like Chaz said, he didn't start the Marvel movie universe. He started the MCU. They took a huge risk with Robert Downey Jr. and with Iron Man because he wasn't like a top tier superhero. Knocked it out of the park. I loved the Iron Man cartoon that was out in the 90s as well.
Yeah.
Just a cool character, just like a rich dude who makes the robot suit. What's not to like? He shoots people. You know, he does a lot of things that superheroes don't do. He's kind of like a shitty rich guy, and he shoots people. And it's like, yeah, there can be that guy too. You know.
I think that's why I like him though, is because he was this terrible asshole person that ended up coming around and like finding the path. You know, so I think that's why Marvel usually has better characters for me than DC, only because they have like full characters, like fully realized characters, you know?
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
All right, Chaz, what are you putting against Iron Man?
Okay, this is for number 8.
For number
right?
8.
For number 8, I have Wonder Woman. So, I mean, she's super iconic. It's kind of like when you think of a female superhero, or like superhero in general, there's 2 that come to mind for me, and one is Wonder Woman and the other is Superman. So
yeah,
like, I mean, she got lasso to make you tell the truth.
I like Like that, you just left it right there. Like she has a lasso that makes you tell the truth.
I mean, but I mean, and then even like going into the new movies, like I like her even more because it's like all the other superheroes, they're kind of like scared to fight, and she will run to it.
Right. Yeah.
Like when Doomsday, she's all about that.
Right.
So
I don't want to help Chaz, but they also made a movie about the people that created Wonder Woman, and it was a polyamorous couple, a guy and his 2 wives, who were really into BDSM. So that's like the origin of Wonder Woman. It's a crazy movie. It's on Hulu. And it's actually like good. And it's just like the reason why she has a rope that tells the truth is because they were like into that.
What?
They would tie each other up and say, "Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth."
I could not believe it. But after I saw the movie, I had to like look it all up, and it's 100% true.
100%.
It's wild.
Oh my gosh. Honesty is a really big thing in poly relationships. So this makes a lot of sense. Oh man. Oh, do I need to pick someone to do this one?
Yeah, if you could.
Okay, Keisha's been sounding off. Keisha's really into. She's been really into this. So I want
Keisha's
Keisha
voting?
to.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do some. I have to fix a button, so I'm gonna just select Chaz so that I can make a quick button here, and then it's not so hard for me to click between people. So just pretend I'm not doing anything behind the scenes.
Okay.
Nothing's happening.
Okay.
Okay. Now
So
we're good.
Brian Yang, you live. I just want to pad for time. You live in New York City now, but you used to be around in Sacramento for a long time. Yeah, just to give people background. He's calling from New York City.
It's dark here. It's dark here. It's like Mad Max. The streets are overrun with guys on motorcycles. Everyone died. It's a wasteland. Yeah. It's bad.
Well,
really should have seen California. Yeah.
You guys need Kurt Russell.
We do. Yeah. We're like a month away from Kurt Russell just dropping in here with a M16 and cleaning up the streets. Yeah.
I hope it doesn't get that bad. Let's just hope it's not that bad. But if it is,
nobody says anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of is already past that. Like, because at the same time we're having like a racial rebellion here as well, the protesters, and then there's also a pandemic. So like there's cop cars that are on fire in the streets, and yeah, it's very it's like you're living in the future, but it's right now.
Yeah, we were ready for it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, I miss Sacramento. That's all that to say.
People here, Brian, are drinking at bars. It's like nothing ever happened.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, we'll be back in shelter in place in a mere days. So.
Brian, it's gonna be by the end of this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be like when the NBA stop playing, there'll just be like a bulletin, and they'll tell all of us to get off the computer, and that'll be like the end of the show. They're like, sorry, shelter in place.
Oh.
Okay. Did Keisha vote?
Oh, I didn't see. Oh, wait. She said, sorry, Chaz. Go, I think, down a little bit. I saw her.
Okay.
I'm looking at your screen, Brian. So.
Oh, she said, yes, the power.
Down.
Sorry. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Chaz.
So she's choosing Iron Man. So Iron Man wins this round.
Nice.
Yes, you still have your Switch, too, if you want to use it.
Yeah, I'm saving it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So
people sometimes not ever use their Switch because why wouldn't you?
They forget.
They forget. Yeah, mostly it's just that. It's not. It's not even calculated. They're just like, oh yeah, I forgot. So, Brian, you're pitching. No. I'm sorry. This is back over to Chaz. You're pitching number 7.
All right. So for number 7, and like now, I mean, doing all this research on the different superheroes. Now when I think about it, it makes me a little pissed off. But it's Black Dynamite. I don't like how all the black superheroes have black in their name.
Yeah, just make it Dynamite.
He's super cool. He knows kung fu. He doesn't take shit from anybody. And he He whoops the man's ass.
Dude, this is me Googling Black Dynamite.
If you watch that trailer, he'll go to number 1.
I've never heard of Black Dynamite before.
It's a very good movie.
Yeah?
For sure. Yeah.
Black Dynamite. Yeah, man.
2009? Oh, wait. I remember this. I might have even saw this movie. Well, shit. I got to go back and watch it. All right, Black Dynamite. Black Dynamite at number 7. What are you putting against Black Dynamite, Bryan?
Man, I think it just sucks because Chaz gets to pick black people, you know, and there's no Asians. I can't pick any Asians. There's no Asians. I guess we don't take to the superhero lifestyle. Damn. There's like Iron Fist. Seems like he would be Asian, but then they made him white, so that's
yeah.
Right. He's like a guy. All his powers is that he does karate, and they're like, well, we still got to make him white. My number 7. I wish he was Asian, but he's Captain America. He's the ultimate white guy, really. But I like how Captain America in the MCU, super badass. I like how they played him as like a fish out of water, so there was a lot of comedy there. And then in real life, Chris Evans is like the well dude, so that's also cool. Like the hero, Robert Downey here too is basically like become Tony Stark. So I like how Chris Evans has kind of become like a lot like this Captain America you would want him to be if he actually was the guy. Right. And then Captain America's always been one of my favorites because I don't know, he was like frozen, and like you would think a guy that was frozen in 1940 would wake up and just be really racist, but he woke up and right into 2015, and it's like, this is amazing. He must have been ostracized so much more than they showed in the movie, because the guy frozen since 1940 wakes up and he's just not like immediately mad at Nick Fury for being black for no reason. He was like, yeah, let's do it. That's fine.
It's like maybe the serum that they gave him made him super advanced with his feelings. Right. So they were like, we gotta freeze him. He doesn't think different about everybody else that's different from him.
Right. Just like, the serum's in there, so you're not racist. Also, just stay away from the Joe Rogan podcast. That was it.
I have to read this too. This is funny. Jeff said, but can Black Dynamite skate uphill? All right, so it comes down to me. I have to pick Black Dynamite or Captain America. Geez. I don't remember. I kind of vaguely remember watching Black Dynamite at some point, but I have to go with Captain America on this. So my pick is Captain America. Bryan, you pick up a point. You're winning 3-1. 3-1.
Whoa.
That's really helped me out.
There's a lot of time.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. I just want to read some of the comments too. Tim says Captain America is one of my favorites too. That's why he lived. That's why he lived in Red. That's why he lived in Red Hook. I don't know. They said I love Cap. Sorry, Chaz. that's all good.
Oh, that's my sister. Wait, what? We're gonna have a Black Dynamite watch party tonight.
Amy said that the Captain America serum made him pumped with muscles and made him woke at the same time.
Man.
And then, see, I told you guys, they're like, Chaz, don't forget your Switch. So it's still there.
They really wanted to switch.
Virginia again, she was like, Chaz, Switch.
Yeah, you know what? I am going to switch that.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, I even like it when someone switches on me. It is fun.
Okay, so Chaz, you have 2 points. Bryan, you have 1 point now. Black Dynamite is on the list. Captain America is off the list for right now. He could
switch is wild. It changes the whole momentum. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, we're back at 6. So Bryan, you're up. You're pitching yours first.
Okay, my number 6 is actually Wonder Woman for a lot of the same reasons Chaz said, and also the reasons I said about the other Wonder Woman movie. About how it's just like this polyamorous couple or throuple from the 50s that were just like they were all like professors, and they got bored, and they're like, let's make up this superhero, and everyone was like, what? Like they took it to DC, and they're like, no, we can't do this. This is so crazy. And it's wild that she became, like Chaz was saying, she's like a top 2 superhero born out of like sexual freedom. I think that's kind of cool. And then also she's badass, like Chaz was saying. She fights. Gal Gadot plays her perfectly, I thought. And then the old school Wonder Woman, what was the name of the actress who played
Julie
the original in the TV? But yeah, whoever that show I think was iconic. The Wonder Woman television series. Yeah, she's a top 2 all time. If you're gonna do a Mount Rushmore, I think she's on the Mount Rushmore for sure.
My daughter is watching with Mignon right now, and Mignon wrote up here, Rogue is the best X-Men, according to my daughter. So that's all she has to say. All right. Tim, by the way, is maybe just getting the signal, but he's like, oh snap, switch. So there we go.
I love it.
All right, so Wonder Woman at number 6. Who are you going to put against Wonder Woman, Chaz?
Number 6, I have Storm from the X-Men.
Oh.
That's a good matchup.
She controls the weather. She's probably the most sane leader of the X-Men. Like, Cyclops is a leader, but so is she. She's from Africa. It just she was married to the Black Panther. Like, there's so many things that Storm has done. She's one of the most powerful X-Men. So
I didn't know that in comic books she was married to Black Panther. I didn't know that was a thing.
That is cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, Sarah, this is yours. Wonder Woman or Storm from the X-Men. Have fun with that.
I know, this is like this whole topic. When you guys said this was the topic, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do really well with this.
Keisha is saying Storm. Amy's saying Storm. Megan has said Storm is sexy as hell.
Honestly, I'm just gonna go with Storm just based off of that pitch. It sounds
okay. All right. Well, there you go.
Wow.
All right. So Storm is on the list, which means Chad picks up a point, which means now Chaz, you are.
I was like, who's Chad? Is it some other guy playing?
I don't see another white guy.
I was having flashbacks to my brother. That's what it is. So. Okay, so yeah, Chaz, you're winning 3-2 over Bryan right now. So see.
Oh wow.
Shit changes fast.
Man. And once again, I don't have any Asians to pick. Chaz has had amazing black superheroes. Who's Asian? Dude, there's one Asian in the MCU. It's Doctor Strange's friend. Wong. Wong. They have a superhero name. They're just like, you're just Wong. He has the same powers as Doctor Strange, and he can't be like Strange. He's just Wong. Oh God, that makes.
He's very one-dimensional too. I'm angry on your behalf. Yeah.
Is there what's the new series that's coming out? Is it the Eternals? Am I getting that right? It's a new movie that's coming out.
Yeah.
And I think
Kumail's in it.
What's that?
Kumail Nanjiani. So he's Asian. So he'll yeah.
I mean, they got some stuff coming up. I mean, they got Shinji, right?
Yeah, that's
right.
true. That's coming out. But like the Eternals and Shang-Chi are both like, I'm a huge comic book fan. I don't know anything about either of those things.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's what Asians play those, because they're like, no one knows what these are. You guys get to be these guys.
But it'll be like Iron Man though. It'll be like they'll like take a book that you weren't familiar with and they'll make it like a household name. So
I think so. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so we're at number.
Kumail gets Jack. got shredded. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Brian? I ran over you.
Kumail got shredded for that role too.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
See
So
that?
freaky. It's very weird. It's like, where did I come from?
I don't like when comedians get in shape. That
Yeah,
scares
it's
me.
like-
No. So you
Can he be
two-
funny anymore? You know, it's like
No, probably not.
he's ripped. He's gotta go eat his macros. He can't make jokes.
Every time he would sweat, like lifting something, like a little bit of funny would just escape his body.
Yeah.
He's great on Silicon Valley. Like that show is fantastic.
Mhm.
Good writing. Okay, number 5. We're over to Chaz. What are you gonna put at number 5?
Okay. Number 5, I got Batman.
Batman.
Batman, he's the world's greatest detective. Bruce Wayne, he has all the suits. He doesn't have any superpowers, but he hangs with he's smarter than every other superhero. The only the only downside for him is that he's a little bit crazy because he dresses up like a bat. But like and so I mean. With Batman, it's like he even if he can't beat everybody from the jump, he figures out a way. So he knows how to take down the whole Justice League. Like those are his best friends, and he knows how to take them all down if he had to, just because like that's what Batman does.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Batman is a good choice. I thought he'd be a little bit lower, but number 5, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that.
Strategy, man.
Strategy. Yeah, everyone's checking in. Jennifer's like, "Are we doing top 10 superhero movies?" And he's like, "Yeah, we're doing top 10." Okay, let's see. Number 5, Brian, what are you gonna do for number 5?
My number 5 is the Miles Morales Spider-Man. Another character I didn't know too much about until I saw the movie. The movie was amazing. I was very skeptical of an animated Spider-Man movie that existed outside of the MCU. Sony crushed it. This movie was so good. They created their own world, so they didn't have to like rehash Spider-Man like it's been done over and over and over again. And they kind of made fun of that too in the movie because it was like produced by the Lego Movie guys. It was really funny. Miles was really charismatic. Funny the way you want Spider-Man to be funny. Like Spider-Man gets beat up, and that's like the big draw is like you can see yourself in Spider-Man, and he barely wins at the end. And I thought, and he's funny while he does it too. So I thought the Miles Morales Spider-Man kind of remixed Spider-Man, made it cool. The best thing I saw is when I left the theater, this little black kid was telling his dad like, "I'm Spider-Man," and he didn't see himself as Spider-Man before, probably because it was like Tobey Maguire, but now it's a black kid, and so I was like, that's dope. But also I was like, I will never get that feeling.
Brian,
You too can be a little black kid, Brian.
Brian, there's still a chance they're gonna do another Spider-Man.
Oh,
So
True.
maybe.
Those are the only movies that ever come out are these superhero movies. So of course, they're gonna go there.
Yeah, we're good.
That's what you realize, right? When you're looking up all these different superheroes, it's like, man, people are not represented. Like, luckily, a superhero gene is only in America, right? Is that how it happens? I guess?
Yeah, exactly.
Even though we're not killing COVID, like, anyway.
Oh god.
Okay, so it's Batman versus Miles Morales. So Batman and Spider-Man is basically what it runs down to. So, Sarah, what are you gonna?
Oh, it's me. I'm gonna go. I used to really, I guess, like Batman. I thought he was kind of wild. That deep voice that Christian Bale puts on for that one movie is kind of crazy. So I'm gonna go with Batman.
Okay, all right. Batman at number 5.
Wow.
So that goes.
I need another Switch.
Yeah, in fact, Amy says Miles wins because of the little boy at Bryan's theater.
Yeah.
Did you see what my sister said?
No, I didn't see it.
She said Batman would adopt Miles Morales.
Robin.
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, Batman would adopt Miles and make him Robin. That's funny. All right, so Batman wins that. Christian Bale's Batman was not bad. I had I just said that because somebody mentioned that in the comments. Angie did. I grew up on what's his name as Batman? Not
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I didn't think Michael Keaton could ever play Batman, but he was one of the best Batman.
He's good, yeah.
Well, I think for me in Chazz's age, the best Batman is the animated series Batman.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That voice, that's
Conroy.
Batman, I think. Yeah, Conroy and Luke Skywalker. What's his real name? Mark Hamill.
Yeah, Mark
He
Hamill.
plays the Joker.
Yeah, he plays the Joker.
Mark Hamill,
Great.
Joker.
Yeah.
Kevin Conroy, Batman. That's the Batman Joker I think about for my childhood. Those are the two.
I haven't seen that yet, but I've heard him playing the Joker, Mark Hamill. I want to see that. I want to go back and watch it. Is that on Netflix or anything? Anybody know? I don't know.
No, it's not available anywhere.
Oh damn!
Sadly.
Not even the DC app?
No, well, I think it's on the DC app probably. Yeah, actually.
Okay.
That's the only place, but no one has that.
Yeah, nobody does.
It's like, dude, I can't get another streaming thing.
Yeah, I don't want to pay for any more streaming services. I'm tapped out right now. All right,
it's like you know how like when we felt like we were doing something better, like you get in a streaming service, and then now it's like you get 10 of them. It's the same thing as having cable.
Yeah,
it's worse. Now.
Except you also got to pay for internet now too.
Right.
Yeah, it is worse.
Yeah. This whole plan of ours did not work out the way I thought it was going to work out. All right, we're at number. Keisha said, "Shout out to the Val Kilmer Batman." No,
I like Val Kilmer too.
Yeah.
No, Val Kilmer.
I just rewatched that one. It's wild.
Yeah.
Like everyone was on drugs in the 90s. I feel like that movie is so insane.
Oh, I want to see it now.
They were like really horny when they wrote that movie. Everything is so sexual in that movie.
That's always Val Kilmer though. I feel like he's horny and everything.
And they gave his suit nipples, right? That was the big thing. Remember?
That's right. And then his crotch is like very, like Batman's suit is like supposed to be armor, but his crotch is also like very outlined.
Yeah, like you could see. But they didn't even make it like a cod piece. You could see like a boner and the head. Like they.
Oh, it lilts to the right.
It's a little like.
This is gonna make him lose the round, guys.
Okay, we're at number 4. So Bryan, this is over to you. Who are you going to pitch?
4 for me is Superman. I know it's boring, but you have to put him. He's the Babe Ruth. He's the Hulk Hogan. He's the Michael Jordan. You have to put Superman. He's the superhero that people think of when they don't like superheroes. He's the guy. I think he gets a little boring just because he has every power and he can just like do everything. And he's never wrong. But I do like one Superman story written by Grant Morrison, All-Star Superman. Superman gets poisoned by the sun. And he's dying, so it's the first story where he has the mortality. So I like when they added that, and they also transfer Superman's powers into Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor can't handle the weight of being Superman. He thought that he would get Superman's power and take over the world, but it's like too much of everything for him. So it shows that only this one guy, Clark Kent, can be Superman. So that was a great storyline. I love that spin on it. It's just like anyone else being Superman would be corrupt. This guy had to be Superman. So I love that story. So that's my number 4.
Wow.
Okay.
I really want to. I really want to be in the comic books. Like like I don't have time, and I didn't do that as a kid, and now I'm pissed because I want to know all the stories.
Dude, it's a huge waste of time.
Yeah.
Brian, when I moved to this apartment, I had like 10 boxes of comic books that I had to take upstairs from my basement apartment to move to this new apartment.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is literally the dumbest hobby. literally killing me. I have to take this to my new apartment and it's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm all right with it. I think it's worth it. I'll help you move out next time. By the way, Jennifer said, I looked up for a sec and come back to boners.
Typical.
Sorry. All right. What are you going to put at number 4, Chaz?
Okay, so for number 4, I have. The Black Panther.
Oh, yeah. Nice. That's the pitch.
That's all you need.
I mean, it's me, guys. So it's about time I told the world. No, I mean, like, you know, with Black Panther, he's the king of Wakanda. It's a mantle that's passed down. Now, you know, more recently, people have gotten into that comic, so they've created like more of an allure. But he's a cultural icon at this point. Wakanda is a real place to people, you know. So
right.
it's, you know, and it's and like to kind of create that whole world and show, like, I don't know, kind of like give like Black people like a legit superhero that wasn't just like a super strong guy that's bulletproof, you know, like he, you know. So it's, I don't know. I don't want to start tearing up, guys, but.
But again,
well, Chaz, you know, we have Wong. Listen,
spinny thing, yeah.
Yeah, you'll never say things like, yeah, they really developed the whole world of Wong and
the real place.
I mean, what's crazy is, like, if you watch Doctor Strange, it's like he has an Asian friend and a Black friend. They're teaching him, but somehow he's the one with the movie. Why are they not better than him?
Oh, geez.
That is strange.
That is strange. That is strange.
That's a terrible superhero name too, also. But
by the way, Jennifer said, "Chaz, bow chicka wow wow." When you put on the mask, I think is when she said that. So.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she's gonna make a.
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
All right. So who's voting this round?
Someone's voting. Let's have Amy Church has been very active in the chat. So let's have Amy vote.
I didn't know that Amy was this much of a huge superhero fan. But man, she's been commenting on everything. Like she was behind Miles. Like she wanted Storm. I think she was a big fan of Storm. So she's been going through this entire time.
Can I add one other thing?
Yeah.
So there's a great animated Black Panther TV show, and so they show Captain America, when he's first Captain America, comes to Wakanda, and like Black Panther hands it to him, and then Black Panther says like to him, like, you know, in the future you will be to America what I am to Wakanda. But since you're here, I gotta whoop your ass, basically.
Oh, okay. I was like, hands it to him.
I think that is still on I watched that on Netflix. I think that's still on Netflix, maybe.
Yeah, it might be. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I think
it's voiced by Black Dynamite. So
right.
It's like all together.
Oh, it's full circle.
Nice.
Amy Church says 100% Black Panther. That is her vote.
God.
So 5-2.
Oh.
I think I'm mathematically out of it. Yeah.
No, I think I messed that up. Let's see. Black Power Ranger went to Chaz. Blade went to. No, we didn't do Blade. It was Captain Marvel, right? And then Iron Man went to Bryan, and Black Dynamite went to Chaz, and Storm went to Chaz, and Batman went to Chaz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now Black Panther went to Chaz, so that's 5-2. That's 7. Yeah, that's good, right? 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right.
I'm retiring. That's what's gonna happen.
No.
Nope. COVID finally did it. I kept the theater going for 15 years. COVID ruined everything. So, all right, here we go. Number 3. Chaz, you're up. Who are you going to put at number 3?
Number 3, I have Wolverine.
Yeah. Why do you like Wolverine?
Wolverine, he's got the adamantium claws. He never runs from a fight. He has the healing ability to where he can regenerate his body even if he just has 1 drop of blood left. He's definitely the toughest X-Men character. And like, you know, in the movies, like I like Hugh Jackman, he did a great job as him, even though like Wolverine's supposed to be like super short. Hugh Jackman's like 6'3" or something like that. Like Wolverine's only drawback is that he's in love with Jean Grey. That's like the worst part about him.
He's a cuck.
He's a simp.
Yeah.
Wolverine should be Asian.
Yeah.
Because he's a cuck?
No, not because of that. But it's just like, you know, he like there's a time period where he's like in Japan and it's just like
No, he's
like, that's like
really into Asian shit. But that's a white guy thing. White guys are
I have to say this every time because I'm actually really proud of it. I got to interview the entire cast of Days of Future Past, and Hugh Jackman was one of my favorite interviews, only because
that's awesome.
he gave me I said, how do you get that ripped? Like, just like, how do you keep it going all the time? And he goes, you want to know? And I was like, yeah, I want to know. And he's like, this right here. And he had started being the spokesperson to an energy drink. And he goes,
he's going to be like HGH.
He goes, take this. And he throws it at me. And I was like, oh, thanks. I said, this will do it? And he goes, yeah, just one of those per day. And you'll be fine. It's like, nice. All right. Well played, sir. Well played. All right. So who are you going to put against Wolverine, Bryan?
My number 3 is Black Panther, actually.
Ooh.
Awesome movie. You know, they introduced him to the masses in the Civil War movie, which had like a ton of characters. They also introduced Spiderman in that movie. So I felt like they could have like got him lost to the mix, but man, that character was so cool. He came off so badass. And you know, it's deservedly so, because he's always been a background player, and I'm so glad that there's a huge franchise around him.
Yeah.
It's an amazing character because he's got so many layers. He's like trying to live up to his father's legacy. He's trying to live up to this mantle. Like, it's not really him, so he has like this imposter syndrome type thing. But then he like lives up to it, and he's badass. And a cool thing is when you go to Disneyland, Black Panther is like a character that comes around Disneyland now because Disney now owns Marvel. And the guy who plays Black Panther and the woman that they have playing his bodyguards, they are like 100% in. My wife and I went to get pictures with them because we're like, dude, we're freaking out. We love Black Panther. And they like legitimately didn't like my wife because she's white. And it was so funny. They were like messing with her, and like it was so good. It was just like, you know, because his guards, the Dora Milaje, are like standoffish towards white people in the movie, and they did that at Disneyland. And I'm like, this is amazing. And the guy that they got to play Black Panther was so cool. So like, it's created, like Chaz was saying, when Black Panther was his pick, he's become iconic, not only as a comic book character, but like representative of a people that wanted this representation for so long. So I love Black Panther so much too.
So this is my round, right? This is my vote.
Yeah.
Okay. So the only comic books that I've ever really read are Wolverine comic books. All right.
Oh God.
But I like Black Panther overall as a character better than Wolverine by just that much more.
Oh.
So I'm going to go with Black Panther this round, which means, here's what it means. Black Panther is already on the list at number 4, right? So both of you get points for Black Panther. So Bryan, you just picked up a point for Black Panther. So now what we have to do is replay the number 3 round, since Black Panther's already on the list. So you have to pull out one of your picks that didn't make it on the list so far. So like, Chaz, you can just reuse Wolverine in this round right now. But you can use any of the things that you picked that didn't make it on the list, and it's a head-to-head fight of whoever you want to pick.
Got it.
Yeah, everybody was saying to switch, but it was already used. Amy Church was totally down with Wolverine, but then I crushed her dreams. Let's see. Tim is very upset that Captain America did not make the list yet.
I know.
So you could bring him back. This is the time. Or you could bring back. Did Miles make the list yet?
I don't think so.
Oh no, he didn't. So Miles could be brought back. Captain America could be brought back. Whatever you guys want to do. Bryan, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring back Miles because I think he needs to be on the list. He's one of my favorites of all time. Just seeing him once in the movie, now being a fan of the book, so I think we need Miles on the list.
Okay, Chaz, what are you gonna put against Miles?
I'm gonna put Captain America.
Captain America.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is hard too. Ah, man.
Truth, justice. What are you gonna do? I just talked about him getting beat by Black Panther, but other than that, nobody worked. That was just one time.
I'm gonna vote on this. Here's the reason why. I think that there are certain MCU characters that they have really developed well, like Black Panther. I think that's a great franchise. I can't wait for the next movie. Iron Man, I could watch any Iron Man movie over and over again. Not so much 3, but I like the other 2. But Captain America, I think for sure they have really developed over all these movies. And so I have to go with Captain America. Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah.
There's still time. There's still time.
No, you're right. No, Winter Soldier is so good though. That's like
that's my favorite. That's my favorite Marvel movie. Winter Soldier.
Same. It's so good. I watch it all the time. I watch the first 10 minutes all the time where he just beats people up on the boat. So good.
Yeah,
because like, you know, what they do is like they take Captain America's values and then they put it like how it would really be. Like he's always been about America, but it's just like what if the faction that he's working for is unjust? Like he wouldn't stand for that. So you know, he's always the guy that fights for the little guy.
Well, everybody is very upset at me. I want you to know. Because everybody was like, Miles.
Well, I'm glad I'm the people's champ.
Yeah, you are. You're the right Bryan. All right, number 2. So, Bryan, what are you going to put in number 2?
My number 2 is Peter Parker Spider-Man. I think he's the best Marvel character. I'm a huge X-Men fan, but to me, they're a group, they're a unit, and if you take them apart, they're kind of they need to be all together. But as a singular character, I think Spider-Man. I mean, that's Stan Lee's guy. He created Spider-Man. They've been able to evolve him over the years. At first, they wanted like a high school kid that children could look up to. They've been able to make him into an adult that adults can look up to. The cartoon was great in the 90s. I think, there was one misstep with the weird Andrew Garfield movies, but people still like them, I guess. But Tobey Maguire was great. I love Tom Holland now as the new Spider-Man. And they've got the Peter Parker played by the dude from New Girl in the Spider-Verse movies, and he's really funny with that too. Yeah. So Spider-Man is just iconic. I think the actors they've gotten to play him in the movies and the TV shows have been really good. The new Spider-Man video game is mind-blowing. They've recreated New York in the game. Like, I can't go outside right now because of COVID. I just play that now and pretend I'm like going places I used to go to. It's like I can go to my apartment. That like they've recreated all of Manhattan, so it's so wild. And like I think only 2 heroes really have that amount of love. It's Spider-Man and Batman overall, and I think not to give away what my number 1 is, but Spider-Man's my number 2.
All right, what are you going to put against Peter Parker Spider-Man, Chaz?
So my number 2 is Superman. Superman is the most iconic superhero. There's nothing he can't do. He can fly. He has freeze breath. He's got the laser eyes. He's on par with running with the Flash. Superman can take back time. He can fly around the world fast enough to where time goes backwards. His only downfall is loving Lois Lane, but because they use her as a pawn. So if Lois dies, then he becomes evil.
Right.
I know I'm arguing for this guy, but that's just like facts. Yeah, I mean, when you think of a superhero, like it's Superman. Like I don't know of anybody that thinks differently than that. I mean, you might have your favorite, but
no, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. All right, let's see, Peter Parker or Superman. This is your pick, Sarah.
I believe it
your
is.
Pick. Now you're going to be hated by everybody in the comments.
I know. Fine. I don't care. I like Superman. Spider-Man.
Oh my God.
Moonlight situation there. Yeah, Spider-Man. Yeah, I like Spider-Man because, and I guess the Peter Parker version, I really like Tom Holland and I like Jake Johnson too. So.
Yeah.
All right, so Peter Parker Spider-Man at number 2. Yeah, even Tim Crump said you got to go with Spider-Man, even though Superman is amazing. Tim Crump said that Sarah just pulled a La La Land. Let's go ahead and have the audience choose between the number 1 picks. We're staying out of this one tonight, Sarah.
Yeah, it's too much.
Too many heated opinions out there tonight. So. All right, Chaz, go ahead and pick your number 1.
All right, so my number 1, this is gonna be a little weird. My number 1 is Spider-Man. I thought he deserved top billing. He's a poor superhero. Like there's no other superheroes that have to deal with like rent being due, and then still being able to go out there and save everybody. He's got the spider sense. Like he web slings around New York. He's protecting Bryan as we speak.
Yeah, that's true. He couldn't stop COVID though. I needed him to web.
He has on a mask, so it's good. He's good. But yeah, I mean, there's, he taught Miles Morales the ropes. If you're gonna talk about him, but I mean, Spider-Man. He's always been my favorite character. He's the number 1 guy at Marvel. And he's the most relatable superhero because when he first becomes Spider-Man, he's like a 14-year-old kid just trying to figure everything out like everybody else.
All right, well, good. Spider-Man at number 1 for you. And Bryan, what's your number 1 against Spider-Man?
Number 1, I had to go with my heart, my favorite superhero, but I think a lot of people would agree with me too. I have to go with Batman. And what a superhero for our time, right? He hates guns. Awesome. How did he become Batman? He came back to Gotham and he was like, these police are corrupt as shit. He beat the shit out of all of the Gotham Police Department until Commissioner Gordon could come and take over and clean up the police department. Amazing, right? Nothing better than a superhero who beats up cops. Especially
Oh my god.
He hates cops. Incredible. Similar to Superman, there's a storyline where Darkseid clones Batman, right? Because he's like, if I can't beat Batman, I will clone him, and his clones will be able to beat Batman because no one knows how to outsmart Batman. What happens to the clones? They all commit suicide because Batman's past is so tragic that the clones can't handle Batman's trauma. The clones are like, dude, this is messed up. How can anyone be this guy? He's a grown man that dresses up as a bat because of all the trauma. Like, I'm out of here. They kill themselves, and then Batman wakes up and beats Darkseid. The only time he uses a gun is to beat Darkseid.
Oh wow.
But it's like a special zigzag gun.
Say, he just shoots them. That's all it took.
That's the thing, though, right? Darkseid was like, the only way you can beat me is by doing the thing you won't do, and Batman's like, psych, I'll do it, and then he beats Darkseid.
All right. So we have a lot of things going on here. No matter what wins in this round, it's just going to add another point to somebody's score, and you guys are going to have to pitch 2 more characters. Okay?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So something that didn't make the list is going to have to be. So already know who you're going to put on the list for number 1 because it's going to happen again. So everybody, hurry up. Because we have another show coming up at 7:30.
Oh shit! Oh my god, it's 7:10.
So everybody, go ahead in the comments. Go ahead and make your pick right now, either Spider-Man or Batman, and then Chaz and Bryan, I'll have you guys repitch something that did not make the list yet for your number 1. Yeah, Keisha says my new best friend is Amy, and I vote for Spidey. So let's see, and then Dennis says Batman. Let's see, and then we have oh man, it went by fast. Spider-Man and Spider-Man. Yeah, and Spider-Man, but Amy says Miles, but that's not on the list right now. Batman. I already got his Batman. Batman is on the list. Batman is on the list. Whatever Keisha and Amy vote for. Whatever Keisha and Amy vote for. Stop
Yeah.
it, you guys.
Oh my god. They need to be on the pod. Chaz and I are out of here.
Keisha was on last week.
Okay, I think Batman got this round. So Batman wins the point. Batman's already on the list, so that means Chaz, you actually picked up Bryan, you pick up a point for Batman, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So then both of you have to pitch a new number 1. Chaz, what are you gonna pitch for number 1?
Let's see. For number 1, I will go with Daredevil.
Daredevil. All right. Daredevil. And Bryan, for you, what are you going to put at number 1?
I don't think Miles has not made the list, right? So
No.
I'm gonna go with Miles Morales.
Okay.
He mops the floor with Daredevil all day. A blind guy? I mean, no disrespect, but Daredevil's not number 1. He's not number 1 in any list of anything.
Yeah.
He is the man without fear. Okay, he's cleaning up the mean streets of Hell's Kitchen.
Daredevil
He's doing God's work.
Daredevil can only crime. Like, if you don't live in New York, Hell's Kitchen is like 4 blocks. Like, that's a bad superhero. Spider-Man's protecting all of New York, all 5 boroughs. Like, Daredevil's like, I'll fight this guy who stole a bike, I guess.
But like when you get all spread out, you're not really covering the.
All right, Sarah, we're going to pick this round. We have to both agree on it for it to stick. Okay.
Perfect. Okay. All right.
So this is Miles Morales against Daredevil, which is
Where does Miles live? He lives in New York also?
He lives in Brooklyn, but he protects all of New York.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Ready?
All right. Yes. 1,
2,
2, 3.
Miles. Yes.
Yes.
There you go. So Miles finally makes the list. Amy was dying over your a blind guy comment.
No disrespect. I don't know. I shouldn't have said that. It came out.
Yeah, now you're going to get some heat. You're going to run into some Daredevils. You're going to see what's good.
Keisha said, we got to put Miles back on the list. Power to the people. He
That's
won.
right.
He's at number 1. So see, it just took a while. We needed to get him in the proper spot. So Keisha says she's crying right now.
I think Miles deserves number 1. He's a newer superhero to the scene, but he deserves it.
Right. Yeah. No, that was a great movie. That was really good.
Yeah.
All right.
So good.
Well, that's it. That's the list. Bryan, you won big tonight. I think you won 8-4. 8-4.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
No, I
What?
thought Chaz was ahead.
Yeah,
When
man.
did that happen?
What happened?
Because both of you got points for different things. So like double points because we voted like Batman twice and we voted.
Oh, I see.
We voted Spider-Man twice. So both of you get points for those things.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got
it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
There was one point where Chaz had 4
I
and
know.
I had 1.
There was no way he could win, but somehow he won.
Maybe I wrote it down wrong. Maybe, you know what? You're both winners. There you go. I just got rid of the notebook.
That was a great list, though. I really like that list.
Yeah.
No, it was a really good list. You guys, I'm so glad that you could do the show tonight. I love the fact that you were the first people to ever do this show, and it's evolved over time with just me and just at the comedy spot. I think Mignon watched the first show ever. In the front row, there was no audience, and she was
the only laughter. Yeah.
Yeah, she was it. She was it. It was just her watching the show. And so I'm really happy that you guys could be here. Bryan, stay safe. Chaz, how's the baby doing?
Baby's doing great.
2 years old?
Well, yeah. I mean, I have a baby that's 2 years old, but I also just had a baby in March. So
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
quarantine baby.
Yeah.
CB.
Congratulations, Chaz. I didn't know. That's so great.
Cool. Congrats.
Thank you. So, I mean, everything's going well. It's just like trying to be as cautious as possible.
Yeah.
Just like everybody else.
Well, I miss both of you guys. Just be safe.
Oh, also,
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Also, man, like who's ever listening, download that first podcast that we did if you're able to. And it's still Pam Grier. I remember it's starting to come back to me right now.
Hottest women in movies.
Hottest women in
Pam
movies.
Grier.
Pam Grier. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Not
through
now. Then.
I'm gonna go through that whole episode and listen to it, and then I'll put it out so people can listen to it. In fact, you know what? Maybe Sarah, I can have you start to listen to some of the past episodes.
Send it to me, and I will be the voice that says if it's okay.
All right, right on. No, thank you both for being here. Everybody at home, thank you for watching and commenting. And we'll be back next week with another list. Bryan, Chaz, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
All
That
right.
was so much fun.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.